Hey guys, today I'm going to talk all things yoga. When I was in high school, I was hit by a drunk driver. I think I was 16 or 17, and I experienced a lot of back pain. And a friend took me to yoga, and I'm going to be honest, my first yoga class, I hated it. I hated it because my body was in pain, and the instructor just kept saying, keep moving your body, keep lengthening the fascia and the mechanics of the body, and eventually you will kind of just find this flow. And that's exactly what happened. And you fast forward now, I'm almost 42 years old and I'm teaching yoga. So I fell in love with it for many reasons. But I get asked a lot of questions as a yoga teacher and also somebody who practices yoga, right? I like to attend classes, but I also like to teach classes. The number one thing is yoga mats. Several kind of questions in that rabbit hole of one question. The first thing is, do I have to bring my own yoga mat to a class? Well, it depends. That is totally up to you. If you want to invest in your own yoga mat, you totally can. I have one, I'll show you here. This is my favorite one. As you can see, it is very well loved. So I put my hands and my feet right where I put them on my mat. You can totally tell it is worn in. This is like magic to me, like the energy of this mat. I just can't let it go. I don't even know how long I've had this mat. I do have several yoga mats in my closet, and I love this one. So another thing is the thickness of a mat, which that depends. You're welcome to buy mats that are a little thicker if you have sensitive wrists or ankles or anything like that. They even have yoga mats that are one big circle, right? So it's not a long rectangle, it's just a circle. And that's kind of fun if you want that. For my yogis out there that are going to hot yoga classes, there are hot yoga studios, specifically where the heat is very high, you get very sweaty. You might want to invest in a mat that is a non-stick or non-slip mat. Sorry, non-slip mat. So it's a sticky one. So when your feet start to sweat or your hands start to sweat in a pose, it stays pretty sticky on there. So that might be a great option for you. So yoga studios, boutique studios, or corporate gyms usually have mats available for you to borrow. But if you really feel the energy and the vibe of your own mat, go ahead and bring it with you wherever you go. I'm a fan of doing that. Next thing are props. So you might hear an instructor talk about props, yoga props, and you might think, what are those? They can be referring to a few things. The first thing I'll talk about is a yoga strap. And you might have seen these in a yoga studio before and thought, what in the world are those for? Some of them even have a buckle on the end or a loop. They might have made a little loop through the bottom of it. And these, think of these almost as an extension of your arms or your legs. So they can be really beneficial in certain poses to help keep alignment. And your teacher might put these in a loop and do some fun things with them. But this is always a good reminder. Please, I'm going to put a plug in here. Let your yoga instructor know that you are new to yoga. You're new to practicing yoga, and they will help you. Don't ever feel shy or scared about that. I know it can be kind of intimidating and everyone looks like they know what they're doing, but tell the teacher and they're happy, more than happy to help you. All right, so guys, this is a strap. Some straps are longer than others. Just keep that in mind. The next thing, a yoga prop, would be a block. I have two different blocks here I'm going to show you. Most of the time in a gym setting or in a studio, you're going to find a traditional block, right? Traditional yoga block. Some instructors prefer you practice with two. Some just say grab one. And you might practice without a block. I like to have these close by, again, for alignment purposes, one or two. There are other blocks. This one is a little thicker. So it's like a kind of corkboard kind of feeling, but these can be used for fun different things as well. But most of the time you'll find your traditional yoga block. These are pretty easy to find anywhere. So grab yourself one of these. The next thing that most of the time yoga studios have these is a yoga blanket. These are wonderful to sit on. They're wonderful to do some core work as well. They glide across the floor pretty well. And they're awesome at the very end of class when you get into Shavasana, which is your final resting pose, your meditation, to throw on top of you. They're good for so many things. I mean, that was just a few, but a yoga blanket, got a little fringe on the end. And all right, so there you go. There's some props that you can buy. You have a mat, you have your yoga strap, you have a yoga block or two. I would suggest if you were purchasing a yoga block, buy 2 of them just so you have a set that matches. Any questions about yoga, practicing type of yoga, a style of yoga, anything like that? Or if you see a yoga class on the schedule at your gym or a boutique or a yoga studio, please feel free to comment and feel free to ask that in this community. And somebody here might be able to answer that question for you. But there are some yoga practice videos coming your way that will help you kind of kickstart into your yoga practice and understanding the poses and the alignment a little more, so that when you're in a class and you hear a teacher say something, you are more familiar with the pose. But at the end of yoga, you're going to hear an instructor say namaste. Basically, this means the light inside of me honors the light inside of you. Namaste, my friends.